Hello and good morning. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. And I'm sitting here with my nephew this morning, Colt Perkins.
Hi.
And so we are going to talk. You guys have been watching my Facebook, I'm sure, because I have so many comments on the posts I've been doing about him and breaking a 20-year-old junior high record in Payne, Illinois, for track. So I thought, you know what? He's in town visiting me today, on loan from my sister and brother-in-law for a few days. So I thought, what better thing to do today than actually bring him on and talk to him a little bit about track, his training, and his goals for the future. So, Colt, let's start off. Why track? Why did you choose track?
Is I was running before track, and I know in basketball, I was the only one that liked to run, and I guess I just like to run.
Well, that's a good reason. So, what else do you do besides track and basketball? Because you mentioned that.
I do track, basketball, soccer. I quit football this year, and I quit baseball this year.
Okay. So, why did you quit football?
Because I don't want to get hurt.
You don't want to get hurt for track, right? Exactly. Okay, so that was why he actually gave up football this summer, just so he doesn't get hurt for track. So that just shows you his focus and how much he loves to run and how much he loves track. So there's a ton of events, right? I mean, when you think of track, oh my gosh, you guys, it's not just running, right? I mean, there's so many other events.
Yeah.
So how did you choose your events, and what events did you choose?
I knew I wanted to run long distance because I knew I was not fast like a sprinter. And I just know I like to run long distance. I could just tell that. So I ran mile, and then the second longest thing, which is the 800. And I want to be in a relay, and 4x4 is the longest thing. So I got on that.
Okay, and then what was the other thing you tried?
Pole vault.
Pole vault. Yes, yes, pole vaulting. I can't even imagine. I watch people go over that, and I have no idea how.
It's tough.
But you really improved a lot, a lot. So because you didn't have a lot of practice doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did you choose pole vault?
It looked cool, and I wanted to try it.
And it helps you kind of kill some time, right, before your events.
That was the main reason, because I had to wait for all the girls' events to go, and then all the boys' 100s. Where if I did pole vault, it knocked away all that time.
Because the 4x4 is the last thing to go, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which makes for a very long track meet if you're just waiting around to run. So you've only been training since February, which is not very long, you guys. Today's June 1st, right? So just since February. So tell us how it all kind of started, and what was your first run on the mile, and how did you go from there?
Well, my first serious run on the mile this year when I had competition, I went and ran with a cross country coach and some table cross country coach and some of their kids, and the goal was just go as fast as you can. And then I ran a 6:08 mile, and that's kind of how it all started. So then on every Saturday that I can, I've been running with them, and I've really improved because of that.
I don't think a 6:08 is too slow myself. I don't know if I could do a 6:08. I know, what am I saying? I know I couldn't do a 6:08 mile, but maybe after some training, maybe you could help give me some pointers, and maybe I could. So I know little Alex, I call him little, he's between my two kids, he's the smallest, but Alex wants Colt to give him some pointers because he wants to improve as well, with running. So besides you're doing the training, you're doing the running club, and you're doing all these things. What about how you eat? What have you changed about your eating habits since February that has helped you?
One of the things is I've been eating a lot healthier breakfast. I really also because of my braces. It was in the morning I've been eating oatmeal, melted chocolate chips. Might not sound the healthiest, but it is.
But it makes it taste good, right?
It tastes really good with that. And I've been eating milk with chocolate protein powder, and cutting out a lot of the sugars, not drinking soda as much, and not a lot of candy and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of junk foods.
Yeah, cutting out a lot of junk food.
Right, and you've seen that help a lot.
Oh yeah, it has.
But now you just had to increase your protein intake because you need to use that so you can get some more muscle as well. Yeah. Awesome. What about, okay, so eating right is important. What about mindset?
That's everything in this. If you don't have the mindset, then you have to have it. If you don't have it mentally, you are coming last. Because it's all about a split-second decision. If you're coming around, it's for me, I felt like I was gonna die. I was 3 or 4 seconds behind my pace I needed to be coming into the last lap. I'm I've come this far, I'm not quitting here. So I made that split-second decision to where I knew, hey, I have a shot, I'm going to do this. and I think I had it was either 110 or 113 last lap.
That's awesome. Pretty impressive for a 13-year-old that focuses on mindset. Because you guys, mindset is key. I talk about this all the time. I mean, it totally can make or break you. Just like this. I mean, you could have given up. You could have thought of all the negative things and you totally could have given up. But instead, you were running after that goal, you were running after that record, and you kept that positive mindset. And it's important even when you're training, right? And you're working toward these things. You've got to keep that, because if you do that all the time, it just becomes automatic to have that positive mindset, right? Okay, so this is all kind of new to me because I did not do track in junior high or high school. So there's conference, sectionals, and then state. Okay, so tell us kind of how that works and kind of maybe if you remember your times even from these.
Okay, so for us, conference is just kind of conference. I don't think it really means anything.
Okay.
I mean, you get ribbons from it and stuff, but conference is kind of like that thing I get ready for, whether it's like sectionals and stuff.
But almost like a practice in a way, right? Okay, more competitive practice.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything like sectionals, but it means something. It doesn't mean something, but it means something.
Okay.
And I remember I ran a 520 mile, and I knew this kid because he lived in Litchfield. I raced against him twice before. I beat him both times. I think it was by like 30 seconds each. Then I went and I was nervous racing him because at that point I think my fastest was 522, and on that time that was a race. I think I was like the first race. I felt tired after that. I felt like I pushed it. I felt like I did good. So I got a 520 at that time. And one of the things is also when you are racing, you cannot let the competitor know that you are tired. Because when this kid, he's huffing and puffing, he's like gasping for air, and he tries like 250 to go, 250 meters to go on the last lap. He tries to. So I was waiting for him to make the first move. He went to try to pass me, and I knew he had nothing left. So I just kicked it in.
And tried to look fresh.
Yeah. Because and after that is it kind of I was kind of doing this all by ear, but he just tells like he slowed down and it's like that he kind of like was like I can't do it.
Right, because his mindset, he kind of gave up, right?
Yeah, but he's also he could
And then okay, so in sectionals that's what you did, right?
That was in conference.
That was in conference. Okay, then you went to sectionals.
And I was the second ranked person in sectionals. It was coming in this. I knew I had to race 5:15. I mean that was just like safety point.
Okay.
Because I think.
And what was the record you're trying to beat?
School record, you mean?
Yeah, school record.
5:10:14.
Okay.
And then going into this, I'm like, I'm getting this. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to state. And actually, like right before that, I did pole vault. I failed on 7'9", which if I would have got over, I would have gone to state in that. So I was kind of sad. But I'm like, after that, I was like, I don't care what it takes. I'm like, I'm going to state. I'm going to stay in this. I know I can, and I know I will. And so the race starts out. I'm nervous as can be, and I just like go out, and I go at my pace, and there's like a couple of kids just go out like sprinting, and it's like, hey, they're gonna waste themselves, and it's like all these other kids are like 5:30, something like that, all go out. It's like these kids are not gonna last long. So I don't remember if they lasted. I think it was the second lap or something like that, where it's like they all kind of like faded away. And it's just like the first race I actually did it. When I race, I go fast in the beginning, kind of get spots, and then just kind of like ease into it. Well, on this, which is what I needed to do all year, I went across the finish line, or after the first lap. Once I finished the first lap, I kicked it in more, and it's kind of eased back into it to where it's like I go faster and stuff. And then I started picking away at kids, and then I was third. So the race just kind of goes on. And on the fourth lap, this is what I always try to do. Once I cross for the fourth lap to begin, I start kicking it in. Keep going faster. And there's this kid, probably, I don't remember where he is. He's probably on the final turn, that loop.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a kid probably around 200. So they're not far off it. I don't think I remember. Yeah, I'm just kicking it. I'm running hard. And then at the 200 to go, I kick it even more. And on the other turn, with about 100 to go, something like that, on the end of the final turn, I try to kick it into a sprint. I give it everything I have. And there's this one kid, He's from Riverton. He just stopped, and he's just doing a slow jog. I went and passed him,
Wow.
and I ended up getting a 5:13 that race. And this other kid, he missed out by I think it was like .02, something like that. It's all because he
That'd
slowed
be really
down.
hard.
Yeah, that's why it's
Yeah.
like in these races you cannot slow down on the final turn. On that last lap, that's when you especially
You got to save it, everything. You got to get everything you got. What's left? Yeah.
I mean, it's like I was so tired afterwards, I could barely stand.
So then in state, because we were able that Facebook, we could watch Facebook Live since we weren't in East Peoria. And I think what was amazing was at that last lap, you overtook two kids. Like they were standing still, you guys. He seriously overtook two kids, like they were standing still, just like what he's talking about.
That was on the final 100 too.
That was the final 100 because he knew he wanted that school record, right? I mean, it was in his form. Colt's form, your form was still amazing. I mean, it was phenomenal, even though he was exhausted, but he was running for that record, and you overtook those two kids. And what did you end up with in state?
I got 9th, and I ran a 5:08:42, and I was 2 seconds off placing. Which coming into that, I'm like, I don't care if I place. I don't care if I get a medal. I'm getting that school record. I was like, yeah, it would be nice to place, which I mean, I was 2 seconds off of it, but it's like, there's those kids, because we looked at the standings, and I was ranked 14th, and I got 9th. But there's all these kids around 509 and 510. Everybody's, especially like in sectionals and state, you have all that pressure, you have all that like nervous energy. You're gonna run faster. So yeah.
And you know what? A trophy or a medal is just going to be at home. Nobody's going to see it unless it's on Facebook. Exactly. But on this at school, they see the board all the time now with Colt's name there. And like I said, you guys, it was a 20-year-old school record. So he's been here with me. He is still running every day, you guys. He has a schedule of how many miles he has to run and exactly what he has to do. Liam has been going with him, either running or biking. Colt actually went on Liam's school track yesterday, which was fun. Instead of around the park, and Alex has been running in the evening with him, so it's good. Everybody's getting lots of exercise. So obviously he's training and continuing, even though it is summer, because if you take a break, what's going to happen? You're going to go backwards, right?
Yeah.
So what's your goal for next year in 8th grade?
My goal is, which I know I can, and I know I will, my goal is to break the 8th grade record, which I know I can, which is 5 flat. I think it's like 5 flat, .42 or something. I will break that first meet. And my goal is, actually, I have a race coming up here in St. Louis, which you guys are going. It's called the Macklin Mile. It's where it's like, I think it's beginner, competitive, and professional. So there's 3 stages in this mile. And I'm going to enter in the like mid-range, like competitive or whatever. And my goal is to break 5. My goal is to get like 4:59 or lower.
Awesome. I love it. And did you notice he said he will do it, and he will do it at the first meet? I love the positive mindset. So thank you so much for jumping on here with me. Thank you guys for listening to Colt Perkins, who just broke the 20-year-old school record at Pana Junior High. And he is seriously running right after the 8th grade record in high school. You're not going to stop. He's going to have his name on all of the board, hopefully, for at least 20 years, right? Exactly. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares.